Well, good game day morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. It is another NFL weekend. I don't know about you, but I'm as excited as can be. The football schedulers didn't really do us any favors because we got the Giants playing, Washington playing, and Dallas playing all at 4 o'clock. The early games, myth, but we will be here all day long. We will be here, of course, in the man cave. We do have a late person added to the injury report, and that would be me, where I stepped on a nail and I did not get out a lot of content last night. My foot is swollen up like a club, and it is a little bit harder to walk. And between getting all the shots and everything else, I passed the F out yesterday, 7 o'clock, and I literally stayed asleep all day long. I did. I mean, all night long. I literally had 12 hours sleep. And it was probably the best thing for me to get the 12 hours of sleep. But be that as it may, it is game day. It's another rainy day on the East Coast. So we'll be live streaming from inside the house. Now, the Cowboys taking on the Jets. You know, one thing that's interesting is when you have teams, there's assumptions that are being made about them. Sometimes we'll look and say, oh my God, this team has an incredible running defense and things, because people can throw the ball on them. Right now, you look at the Eagles early on, their defensive front is really good. I'm not saying that they're not, but their secondary is ass. They've given up 7 TD passes in the first 2 games. So if you're looking at the Eagles to play them, are you going to try and run against them where they've got an all-world defensive line? Or are you going to go ahead and try and throw the football at their secondary because they're ass? You're going to throw against the secondary. So what you're going to get is you'll get them being the number 1 run-stopping defense, and then way late because they're pass defense. Their defensive front is good, but maybe not as good as you think. And the same thing will happen by the competition you play. Sometimes you're playing teams that don't, you've got a last place schedule. You're playing the dreads of the NFL as far as quarterbacks go, and your numbers will look good because you're not being challenged. And this is why it's hard to compare. It's easy to compare. It's hard to compare exact numbers with people, because it's not always apples to oranges. But be that as it may, we're already told that the Jets defense is incredible because you look at the numbers. Josh Allen's rating was like 63, all those turnovers. The thing you have to say is, was that because of the Jets defense, or is that a pattern of Josh Allen? Josh Allen's had more turnovers than anybody else over the last couple of years. That's his thing. And sometimes, like a kicker will get in there and he'll start missing kicks, just kind of like Money Maher. He missed the first extra point and it got in his head, and he kept missing and doing things that he normally didn't do. So you look at this and say, maybe Josh Allen partially wet the bed. It's not to say that the Jets defense isn't really good. Now, but when you turn the ball over 4 times, like the Jags did against Justin Herbert and the Chargers, other teams score some points. Well, that's the only reason why the Jets ended up winning that game, because of Josh Allen takeaways. That synopsis is not the right word. Okay, my evaluation of this is this. Buffalo would have scored a lot more points had it not been for the mistakes. If you look at the numbers, now Buffalo only scored 16 points. But it was Josh Allen being greedy and holding onto the ball longer, took 5 sacks, and trying to keep throwing the deep ball. He was trying to appease, I believe, Stephon Diggs. Now, Stephon Diggs still had 102 yards receptions. Had they, instead of trying to go for the jugular and ended up taking what were being given to them, they probably would have done better. For example, Josh Cook, 12 carries, 46 yards. Not outstanding, but it was almost 4 yards a carry. Had they run the ball a little bit more, done some quick hitting play action, they probably would have had a better effect against the Jets. Now, here's where it comes with the Cowboys. Because people are saying, oh, well, you know, the Cowboys aren't going to be able to do anything. Well, I might say that the Cowboys, and go ahead and kill me on this, I might say that maybe the Cowboys offense might be better suited to play against the Jets. One, it's speed. It's quick hitting. It's 2 tight ends. Now, we need to eliminate the drops ourselves. People will say, well, Dak didn't exactly have a great game last week against the Giants. Well, we went conservative because we were up 14-0 before Dak even touched the ball. We went conservative. And we had touchdown passes that were dropped. We had tight ends dropping the balls left and right. We had plays that could have been good plays. Here's where the Cowboys can negate the front of the Jets. The screen passes. As much as they said, well, Dak Prescott, he didn't throw the ball down the field. But one time, there's problems in Dallas. No, there's problems in Buffalo. The only problem in Dallas was winning. And that was the problem for everybody else but the Cowboy fans, okay? They were playing winning football. And that is get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly, boom, and distribute it all over the field so that way there's not one thing that they can key on. And I believe, now this is where you're going to be crazy. I know you guys are going to say you crazy, okay? But my bold prediction is Cowboys going to score over 28 points. That's right. I said it. The Cowboys will score over 28 points. They will be home. They will be excited. They're coming off of the ass kicking, and I mean ass kicking, against the Giants. And I believe this defense is going to destroy, and I mean destroy, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, I'm sorry, he's probably wetting his pants. I know I would be. If I was looking at the Savos Lion, Micah Parsons, yeah, that dude, yeah. Knowing that he's coming and going through triple teams, which means that there's some other guys out there that are fast, like Sam Williams, like Dorrance Armstrong. You know, we have the Oprah Winfrey defensive line. You get a sack, and you get a sack, and you get a sack, and you get a sack. And FYI, I started saying that before anybody else, okay? I said that last week. I said that last year on some of those games. But be that as it may, imitation is the highest form of flattery. The Cowboys will steamroll the Jets, and I'm looking at 28-3. Maybe I'm crazy, or actually, here we go.
Are you stupid or something?
Maybe.
Honestly, stupid is as stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Are you crazy?
I'm crazy. And I'm just plain stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does.
That's right. Stupid is as stupid does. But hey, you know what? We can all have our own predictions. That's me, 28-3. The Dallas Cowboys offense now gets to open up the playbook, not like they did last week. So here we go. Let's go to NFL Network. Close us out. We got work to do down here in the man cave to get ready for the game day. And I'm talking about the game. Let's listen to Jane Slater and what she has to say about the Cowboys.
The Cowboys defense on Sunday night against the Giants, but the attention shifts over to the Cowboys offensive side of the ball. After 3 rushing scores, we didn't really see the passing game get going. In fact, we only saw 24 passing attempts for 143 yards. You can't exactly do that, though, against this Jets defense. Just ask Josh Allen. What will help Dak Prescott stay upright is his offensive line. Chuma Adoga did a nice job filling in for Tyler Smith at left guard. And
don't know what I got for Mr. Roboto.
He told us Smith is doing
Chimo.
well and pushing to play this weekend. They're hoping to get him some work in on Thursday. This week, Jerry Jones said they have simplified Prescott's role at the line of scrimmage, cutting down his pre-snap work, which last year I was told was an issue. Why is this a big deal? Well, it just helps Dak get the ball out quicker. Mike?
All right, Jane, way to set the table for us in what is going to be a crucial game, which has got us thinking right now. Jets defense, which is strong. Cowboys offense. Who's got the advantage?
Well, I think the Jets defense showed that they can carry a football
What the heck
team,
was that?
You know, especially when you lose Aaron Rodgers and everyone's kind of going through the emotional swing. That Jets team, all they did was rally and took the ball away 3 times. So for me, it's the Jets defense. I just don't know if we saw enough from the Cowboys offense to really have a
you know, that was some bull jiggity. I'm sorry. Josh Allen, you're sitting here under pressure. You're going constantly for Stephon Diggs into double coverage and throwing the ball short. That was not the Jets defense. That was Josh freaking Allen. He's over freaking rated. Overrated.
Take away CeeDee Lamb. What else is there? You know, there's Brandon Cooks. Yes, but is he still the game-changing type guy? And are they really going to run the football effectively enough?
No.
Right. Like, so for me, I lean Jets defense.
I love it. I love the predictions by these guys
as well. I mean, I really don't know if, and I love Zach Martin, love guys across that Dallas Cowboys.
I love him.
Line, but I don't know if they have a guy who could take care of Quentin Williams.
They don't.
Quentin Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude is a game
Quick hitting.
wrecker. So yeah, I'm going with the Jets defense, and then
of course
the
they're going with the Jets. Of course they're going with the
Dallas
Jets.
Cowboys run the football. I just look at Mike McCarthy's past, right? He just wasn't a guy that just ran the football. I mean, other than the year they won the Super Bowl with Green Bay.
Oh, here we go. This thing gonna turn again. I think I got one of these pirated broadcasts. I think that's what it is. Forgive me.
When I look at the ball carriers, right? It's not like Tony Pollard is a big guy who's gonna. It's a big physical matchup or physical thing to bring him down. So, yeah, I got to go Jets defense.
Jets
defense.
I know
we don't need a real Mike Rob report for you to keep it real with me, but I do look at this Jets locker room. They ran essentially, and he didn't leave town because now he's their guy in Zach Wilson, but truly inside that locker room, how much confidence is there in a guy who, quite frankly, isn't Aaron Rodgers? And it was made known that he's not Aaron Rodgers when they went and got number 8.
Yeah, it was made known that it wasn't Aaron Rodgers. And even last year with guys wearing the T-shirt of the other quarterback, it wasn't necessarily there for Zach Wilson. But I will say this. I know why they have not gone out and gotten another quarterback or a veteran, right?
Because there's none available.
If you look at any quarterback in the world right now, other than Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson's the only other guy that has the reps with these guys in training camp, has complete knowledge of the offense, and understands how to talk to Nathaniel Hackett and communicate with guys along this offense.
Okay, so, I think I've had enough of these guys. And this whole, I don't understand what this whole turning sideways is. But of course, you know, every week, it's doom and gloom. You remember last week everybody was talking about, oh man, Cowboys, you know, they got to show me something. They're playing the New York Giants in New York. We got Daniel Jones. This is not your daddy's Daniel Jones. This is the new improved Daniel Jones that just got a $40 million contract with having 15 TDs. But he doesn't turn the ball over, but he doesn't make touchdown passes. Okay? So, yeah, it's revisionist history about everybody who's about to play the Cowboys. Now, all of a sudden, we trust Zach Wilson. Zach Williams, listen, he was the best player to keep there, you know, to go. Come on, man. Come on. Let's be clear here. It was a punt return that went in for the score in overtime. It was 4 turnovers by Josh frickin' Allen that got that victory. That was literally Josh Allen, the guy that a lot of you Cowboy fans, I'll take Josh Allen over Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is ass. Well, when you turn the ball over like Josh Allen, and I've been telling you, it's not like Josh Allen hasn't had great weapons to work with, guys like Stephon Diggs and stuff, having great teams and being Super Bowl aspirations, being a Super Bowl favorite, unlike the Dallas Cowboys, who were looked at last year as a team that deconstructed themselves, that had no weapons. We both lost in the same weekend. And believe it or not, the Cowboys scored more points than Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And we were on the road on a short week. Buffalo had home cooking in Buffalo. They probably had buffalo wings too. But be that as it may, we are fired up. We are ready. We're going to get the man cave up and running, and we're going to be here starting at 1 o'clock for the early games, and then we will have the main feature at 4:25.
Are you not entertained? Are you not?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Isn't that why you are here? I'll see you guys soon.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the Sports Report.
How about them Cowboys?